Imagine a journey, not across distant lands or forgotten civilizations, but deep inside the most complex and fascinating world, your very self. A silent yet revolutionary quest undertaken by a prince over 2,500 years ago. He had it all: luxury, power, love, a life of guaranteed pleasure. But something urged him to look past appearances, beyond life's surface. He questioned every laugh, every tear, every desire, yearning for something deeper than fleeting joys. In this relentless pursuit, he found that the greatest prison wasn't outside, in chains or walls, but within the mind itself, woven by illusions we accept as reality. The key to freedom? It lay in profound self-knowledge. Get ready to unravel the path Buddha walked, which might just be the very map to your own liberation. This is more than history. It's a living blueprint for inner peace. Hello, fellow seekers and deep thinkers. Have you ever felt caught in cycles of dissatisfaction, questioning your true identity? Perhaps you've experienced the pang of pursuing something, only to find it wasn't what you expected. It's a universal human experience, isn't it? This very yearning, this deep thirst for answers, propelled Siddhartha Gautama, the future Buddha, into an extraordinary odyssey. But he didn't seek gold or earthly empires. His quest was for the profound truth about existence, about suffering, and crucially, about himself. The narrative of Buddha isn't merely a biography. It's a living, breathing manual on the art of vijja, the wisdom of self-knowledge. It's the unique ability to perceive things exactly as they are, unclouded by the myriad illusions that often mislead us. His journey invites each of us to bravely confront our own inner shadows, to lovingly embrace what we find there, and ultimately, to discover the brilliant, unwavering light residing within our innermost being. It's a powerful invitation to introspection, promising a clarity that can genuinely transform your understanding of the world and your place in it, bringing true peace. Before we dive headfirst into this incredible story, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel for more timeless wisdom. Give this video a thumbs up if it resonates, and tell us in the comments which city and country you're watching from. We absolutely love hearing where our global family gathers. Siddhartha Gautama entered the world as a prince, seemingly destined for a kingdom brimming with abundance. His father, King Suddhodana, meticulously surrounded him with everything beautiful and pleasurable, erecting towering walls to shield him from any hint of suffering or hardship. The king's intention was crystal clear. If Siddhartha never glimpsed old age, illness, or death, he'd never even consider an ascetic life, ensuring he'd become a powerful and cherished ruler. He enjoyed the company of beautiful wives, played with his children, and attended endless extravagant festivities. Yet, this seemingly perfect bubble was, in itself, the first major illusion he encountered. Despite the intensity of these worldly pleasures, they felt distinctly superficial. Utterly incapable of filling a deep, inexplicable void the young prince felt within his very core, an insistent whisper for something more. This nagging feeling was actually the seed of self-knowledge quietly germinating within him, an emerging perception that something truly essential remained elusive, despite possessing everything outwardly. It wasn't about material lack. It was a deeper spiritual yearning, a sense that true fulfillment lay beyond the palace walls and superficial delights. This inner stirring was an early signpost. He watched the dancers, tasted the finest foods, and heard the sweetest music. Yet an unsettling question always lingered in the background. Was this all there was to life? Could true happiness really be found in such transient joys? This profound introspection, even amidst such lavishness, set him apart, pushing him towards a path few would dare to tread, driven by an unyielding inner curiosity. His sheltered existence, designed to foster a blissful ignorance, inadvertently laid the groundwork for his eventual awakening. The very absence of suffering meant he hadn't developed the tools to grapple with life's deeper truths, but it also made his eventual encounters with reality all the more impactful. He was a diamond waiting to be cut, shining brightly, but unpolished. So, while his father's protective embrace aimed to keep him bound to the throne, it unknowingly planted the initial seeds of doubt and inquiry. The golden cage, for all its splendor, simply couldn't contain a spirit destined to soar beyond mere earthly comforts. yearning for a truth far more profound and enduring than any royal decree could offer. Siddhartha's innate curiosity eventually pierced through the carefully constructed walls of his opulent palace. During his few clandestine excursions outside the royal grounds, he dramatically witnessed the harsh, unvarnished realities of human existence. First, he saw an old man, heavily bowed by the relentless march of time, his body a testament to inevitable decay, a sight completely alien to him. Next, he encountered a sick person, racked with debilitating pain and weakness, groaning in profound suffering. Soon after, a somber funeral procession carried a lifeless body, a stark, undeniable symbol of mortality he had never before contemplated. Each encounter delivered a crushing blow to his cherished illusion of perpetual youth, health, and endless pleasure, shaking him to his very core. However, it was the fourth encounter that irrevocably sealed his destiny and profoundly altered his perspective. He observed an ascete, a person who had willingly renounced worldly possessions and pleasures, walking with an astonishing, unwavering serenity. This man, despite having nothing material, radiated an inner peace that resonated deeply with the troubled prince. Siddhartha immediately perceived a path, a distinct possibility for a life lived beyond the pervasive grip of suffering and the ephemeral allure of fleeting pleasures. This powerful confrontation with impermanence, coupled with the clear potential for genuine inner tranquility, ignited what history would famously remember as the Great Renunciation. His soul stirred. He fully understood then that true happiness wasn't about accumulating external delights or even avoiding pain, but about understanding something fundamental within. This profound realization propelled him towards a singular, momentous decision. He would forsake his luxurious royal life, his family, and his future kingdom to earnestly seek the ultimate truth. He determined to find this truth not in the external world, not in more material possessions, but within the mysterious, untapped depths of his own mind and spirit. His quest had truly begun, a journey for clarity and liberation from the endless cycle of suffering he now understood to be inherent in unchecked existence. In his fervent search for ultimate truth, Siddhartha joined a group of ascetics who diligently practiced extreme forms of bodily mortification. He embarked on severe fasts, pushing himself to the very brink of starvation, enduring unimaginable privations. He genuinely believed that such intense physical suffering would purify his soul and inevitably lead him directly to enlightenment, a path he embraced wholeheartedly. For 6 grueling years, he relentlessly pushed his physical body to its absolute limits, denying himself basic comforts and necessities. Yet, the profound truth he so earnestly sought remained agonizingly out of reach. Instead of achieving the clarity he so desperately craved, he found only escalating pain, debilitating weakness, and profound exhaustion, losing his way entirely. It was during this period of intense suffering that he experienced a crucial, pivotal revelation. The true path to enlightenment simply did not lie in these self-imposed extremes. He realized that inflicting such pain was just another form of attachment, a misguided strategy for liberation that was ultimately self-defeating and unsustainable in the long run. He intuitively understood this truth, much like the strings of a musical instrument. If a string is left too loose, it produces no sound. It's useless. Conversely, if it's pulled too tightly, it either snaps or yields a harsh, discordant tone. A beautiful melody, he realized, requires a perfect, harmonious balance, a middle way. His previous illusion, that extreme physical pain was the direct route to profound wisdom and spiritual insight, finally shattered completely. True self-knowledge, he came to understand, demanded not self-torture, but rather keen discernment, a subtle attunement to inner balance and a gentle yet firm discipline that honored both mind and body without excess. This profound realization marked a significant turning point in his arduous journey, redirecting him from the harsh path of asceticism towards a more balanced and compassionate approach. It was a clear signal that the answers lay not in external torment, but in finding inner equilibrium, a path that honored life itself. Resolutely determined to finally unearth the ultimate truth, Siddhartha sat beneath a majestic fig tree, which would later be revered as the sacred Bodhi tree, and made an unshakable vow. He declared he would not rise from that spot until he had achieved complete spiritual awakening, a profound commitment born of years of intense searching and struggle. It was there, under the sheltering branches of that tree, that he engaged in the most pivotal battle of his entire journey. This wasn't a conflict against external adversaries or physical challenges, but an arduous internal war against the powerful illusions generated by his own mind. These inner turmoil were personified vividly by Mara, the infamous Lord of Temptations. Mara unleashed a relentless barrage of desires, deep-seated fears, nagging doubts, and intense anger, all the powerful disturbances that relentlessly obscure Vijja, true wisdom, bringing them powerfully to the forefront of his consciousness. These internal demons were fierce, trying desperately to pull him away from his path, testing his resolve at every turn. Yet, Siddhartha, with a mind now laser-focused and an unyielding determination, observed each intrusive thought and every rising emotion with profound detachment. He neither clung to them nor repelled them, simply allowing them to pass through his awareness without engagement. This detached observation was his armor, his secret weapon against Mara's assault. He meticulously investigated the intricate causes of suffering, comprehending the profound interconnectedness of all phenomena, seeing how everything arose and passed away. This deep, penetrating observation, this unwavering persistence in looking fearlessly inward, systematically peeled back layer after layer of illusion, like an onion being carefully unwrapped, revealing core truths. With each passing moment, the power of Mara waned, losing its grip on his increasingly purified mind. Siddhartha's unwavering resolve and his profound insight into the nature of reality began to dismantle the very foundations of suffering, clearing the path for the ultimate awakening, a liberation hard-earned and profoundly deserved after such intense effort. As the sun began to paint the eastern sky with hues of dawn, marking the arrival of a new day, Siddhartha's mind achieved total purification and crystalline clarity. In that transformative moment, Siddhartha Gautama became the Buddha, the awakened one. He had finally attained Vijja, the profound wisdom of true self-knowledge, a realization beyond intellectual grasp. This wasn't merely an intellectual understanding, a collection of facts or theories. It was a deeply experiential, profound comprehension of the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path. He saw with startling clarity that suffering originates from attachment and pervasive ignorance, and that liberation stems from a deep, unshakable understanding of impermanence. He understood the concept of non-self, realizing that what we perceive as a fixed, individual self is actually a dynamic, ever-changing collection of processes. All the illusions that had once obscured his vision completely disintegrated, revealing reality as it truly is, unadorned and unvarnished by mental projections or ingrained biases. The key, he profoundly realized, had always been right there, residing within. It wasn't found in external gods, ancient texts, or extreme rituals. It was an inner wisdom, waiting to be discovered through diligent self-inquiry and unwavering mindfulness, always available if one knew how to access it. Self-knowledge, he discovered, was total clarity, an unobstructed vision that directly leads to the complete cessation of suffering and to an abiding, profound inner peace. It was seeing the world with an unconditioned mind, free from the distortions of ego, desire, and aversion, a truly radical transformation of consciousness itself. This awakening wasn't a fleeting moment of bliss, but a permanent shift in perception, a profound understanding of the universe and his place within it. He had indeed reached the pinnacle of his quest, becoming a beacon of wisdom for all who sought true liberation, a source of enduring inspiration for generations. The extraordinary journey of Buddha vividly illustrates that self-knowledge isn't some distant, unattainable destination, but rather a continuous, active process of letting go of illusions. From the gilded cage of his privileged youth to the ultimate illumination under the sacred Bodhi tree, he powerfully demonstrated that true freedom truly emerges when we bravely look inward. We must question our ingrained perceptions and courageously confront the very root causes of our own suffering. Vijja, the profound wisdom of self-knowledge, isn't about meticulously accumulating mere facts or intellectual tidbits. Instead, it's about unraveling the unvarnished truth within our own direct experience, deep within our very being, touching the core. In our bustling modern lives, We're constantly bombarded by an overwhelming barrage of external stimuli, by enticing yet often deceptive ideas of happiness and success. These concepts, unfortunately, are frequently nothing more than cleverly disguised illusions, pulling us away from what truly matters and distracting us from inner peace and true contentment. How many times have we diligently pursued a specific goal, a certain status, or a new material possession, genuinely believing it would bring us lasting peace, only to discover a profound emptiness once achieved? This familiar scenario highlights the pervasive nature of these illusions and their ultimate inability to deliver what they promise. The virtue of self-knowledge, as Buddha so profoundly taught us, serves as the unerring compass that consistently guides us through life's tumultuous seas. It's the invaluable ability to discern with clarity what is truly real from what is merely transient, to recognize what genuinely serves our highest good from what only traps us. Take a moment to ask yourself these potent questions. What am I genuinely seeking in life? Why am I actively pursuing it with such vigor? And crucially, who am I really, beyond the various labels, the societal roles, and the endless expectations that the external world so often imposes upon me? By committing ourselves to this profound internal investigation, we not only skillfully avert much unnecessary suffering, but also cultivate a deep, unshakable, and genuinely lasting peace within ourselves. The path of self-knowledge, therefore, is ultimately the most direct and rewarding route to uncovering your own personal truth, to achieving your unique and profound liberation. Thank you so much for joining us on this enlightening voyage today. We truly hope this exploration of Buddha's path to self-knowledge resonated deeply with you. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What part of Buddha's journey or teachings struck the strongest chord with you, and why? Share your insights below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you in our next video full of more timeless wisdom.